In 2023, LEGO released 75348 Mandalorian Fang Fighter versus TIE Interceptor for the Mandalorian Season 3, which was released in May of that year. It was the first versus set since the A-Wing versus Darth Vader's TIE Advanced back in 2017. Around 2 months later, they released 75364 the Republic E-Wing versus Shin Starfighter from the Ahsoka show. These two dueling sets are the first since 2017, but lots of fans have been wondering which one is better. We will have 3 categories: minifigures, builds, and playability. For the Fang Fighter and TIE Interceptor, it came with 1 Mandalorian figure, Din Djarin, 1 TIE Fighter pilot, and 1 Imperial astromech droid. For the E-Wing and Shin Starfighter, it came with 1 E-Wing pilot, a New Republic astromech droid, Morgan Elsbeth, Baylan Skoll, and Shin. When comparing the two, you get a much larger minifigure selection and much better minifigures with Shin and the E-Wing, with much more color and much more diverse characters. The TIE Interceptor and Fang Fighter have some of the sleekest builds and best builds in this versus category, with an amazing cockpit for the TIE Interceptor and really sleek designs for the Fang Fighter. They both have a hidden playability with spring-loaded shooters on the bottom of both builds and easy-looking cannons on the top of the Fang Fighter, which look good and serve a good purpose. The interior space for the Fang Fighter is gorgeous, as it is all tiled off besides the 2 studs all the way in the bottom. And for the TIE Interceptor, you can easily fit the pilot in, and it has a really sleek design when it is closed. The Fang Fighter and Interceptor's backside both try to hide the Technic as much as possible, but the TIE Interceptor has 2 Technic pins that are blue and are easily spottable in good light. As for the E-Wing and Shin Starfighter, they both have really good designs. I really like the engine of Shin Starfighter, and the wings design of the E-Wing is really good. The only problem with it is the stud shooters that stick out from the build that are on both, but they are kind of hidden, but aren't hidden enough, which makes the design of it much worse. I also do not like the fact that Shin is basically an N1 starfighter, which doesn't have the engines on the side or the tail in the back, but the E-Wing looks like an X-Wing, but blue. There isn't much to look at on the rear, but the E-Wing has a really cool landing gear, which is very nice and good to add into a set. There isn't much detail on the rear. No Technic is really shown in this. You can see the Technic at the bottom of the E-Wing, though. The overall design of both of these sets has to go to the TIE Interceptor and Fang Fighter because of the beautiful interior on the Fang Fighter and the spacious interior on the TIE Interceptor. The final category is playability within the sets, and the E-Wing has a lot of stud shooters, and opening this up, you can take out the seat, which will reveal a small storage space, and can also fit 1 astromech droid on the top. The landing gear can be retractable, and the wings can fold down 1 click to show what it looked like in the show. As for Shin all she really has is the 2 stud shooters and the back, which can hold her lightsaber. The Fang Fighter and TIE Interceptor both have a really good amount of switchability, and it has a very nice design and hides the spring-loaded shooters really well. And the Fang Fighter has a really nice storage compartment up front, which can hold a single pistol. The playability has to go to the E-Wing and Shin Starfighter because they just have a lot more to do within the sets, only because of that retractable landing gear. That is really cool for them to add, as neither of the other 3 fighters have one. In all, the Republic E-Wing and Shin Starfighter is the better set, but it is more expensive with $110 value versus $100 value with the E-Wing, or not E-Wing, TIE Interceptor and Fang Fighter, but you get a much more diverse characters and playability within everything. If I were on a budget, I would pick the Fang Fighter and TIE Interceptor because it has an iconic ship and much better minifigures from a great show and a bunch of army builders for your Imperial Army and Mandalorian Army. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.